All right, so back at it. So this next card is actually the card that started it all. The techniques that we have on here is using the hemp string that we frayed. I usually use like this picking tool, and I already started fraying this, but you can just go in there with something sharp just to get in between the layers. There's just a few of them there, and that's how you get that look. So the wheat goes all the way around, and it looks like I only frayed it on the edge, so you can put it all the way around and then fray it before you tie after you tie your knot and before you tie your bow. And then I used some of the pebble, and this is just some I have already frayed, to just tie a second bow to add some dimension on it. So let's get busy. I went ahead and I cut this down. Unlike the other ones, I made sure it was cut the right size. I'm gonna get some adhesive on here. Had a little faux pas earlier, had to write it off or start all over, but we're just gonna start doing our layers. This is a really thin border, so I'm just gonna center this onto the white, and then I'm going to center that onto the brown. And this is the early espresso. So we're actually using a one of the colors in here on this card is actually one of our neutral colors. It's not part of our in colors, but I still love it. Okay, and then we're just gonna take this little piece of brown and we're gonna lay it across here. I did that because I just wanted the white to pop, and with the background it was a little bit more helpful. So we're gonna do that, pop that on there. Now, before we put this on the full card is when we're gonna do the wrapping around. Your ribbon obviously came to you, cut off in the yard. You have plenty to do, but you're just gonna wrap it around and go ahead and tie a knot off to the side. And I'm gonna go a little bit over here, tie my knot, and then trim it off to give myself enough to tie that. And then I'm going to take, I had already frayed this, so I'm going to go ahead and use this, but I just am going to take it and cut it in half because I don't need a ton. I'm going to tie it around here before I tie my bow. I'm just tying that. All right. We're going to go ahead and pull this tight again. I don't know how that got loose. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get this frayed up. Oops. So again, I'm just gonna take it and just start unraveling it. There's about 3 plies. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Just gonna keep on fraying it. Doesn't need to be perfect. Doesn't need to go all the way to the end, because at the end of it all, it's going to be tied in a bow. You're going to use like all these frays to tie in the bow. Some of it's going to be in a knot. So just kind of make it a little bit messy. It's kind of meant to be made messy and organic looking. So I'm going to first tie the pebble, and then I'm going to take that and over the loops so it kind of covers that up. I'm going to tie the other piece and then just even it out and trim it up. Okay, so it looks a little rough, a little organic, all that. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to go ahead and do our layers. So we're going to start off here with our little die cut piece from the Timeless Arrangements, and I still only have one set of blocks out, so I'm going to pull this out, put it on at an angle so I can see what's going on. Stamp that down. All right, and then that is all ready to go. And then we're just going to do like we did on the other cards. We're going to go ahead and assemble. So I have this at the bottom. We're going to put a little glue on there. Oops. And then on the top, We have the brown in the front, so I want to put the brown on first. And then the white. Oh, I did it backwards. Should put that on the other side. Anyways, it's all right. Just has a little dimension, that's all. So you notice how I was able to push that down a little bit because that glue's still wet. That's one of the reasons that the green tip glue is really good for something like this. And then I'm just gonna pop a couple dimensionals on here. Okay. And I am going to add this onto my front, push it down, give it a little pressure because I did have the, I put it right where the hemp was. So I should have put those dimensionals like in the corners. But anyways, they're there. It's all good. I'm gonna fray up my little weeds and flowers and stuff like that. Now, as you notice, there's like a little dimension here. So this layer actually has dimensionals on it, so it pops up. If you're mailing cards like this, post office sometimes will ding you, wants a little extra postage, but I still think that adding the dimensions makes it cute. Got your base cardstock in the wheat. It's all scored and ready for you. And we're just gonna pop that on there. How easy was that? Okay, now what makes it super cute is we're gonna add some bling. And remember the other night when I couldn't find my tool? Sitting right in front of me, gosh. If you didn't know, I'm recording these videos. I'm recording these videos a few days apart just because I got tired the other night and I couldn't function. So I'm using my pick tool. Flinging the blings, flinging the blings. Hold on. And I'm gonna throw a bling here. I think on this one I want to add a couple more. I'm gonna add one up here, and oh, maybe I'll add a gray one too. You have plenty of blings. Use all you want. There's not that many on each card. You got a half a pack. It's more. Bling it all the way. Bling it as much as you want. These little suckers, man, they're giving me a hard time tonight. Okay, and I'm gonna throw that one up there too. Okay, so there's my finished card, all cute, ready to write a note on the inside. Ta-da!